The sky over Earth had never looked so alive. Satellites in orbit began sending strange readings to command centers on every continent. At first, the alerts were dismissed as sensor errors, glitches in software, or cosmic radiation. But soon the truth became undeniable. Something vast, something alien was approaching. In the early hours of the morning, people around the world awoke to emergency broadcasts. News stations, social media, and even private communications carried the same message. A massive fleet of unknown origin has entered the solar system. Estimated size, tens of thousands of ships. All nations are advised to prepare for possible contact. Panic spread quickly. In cities and towns, people rushed to their homes, stores, and shelters. Governments declared states of emergency. The military worldwide went on full alert. Jets scrambled into the sky, radar dishes rotated endlessly, and ships in naval bases moved toward the coastlines. Yet, amid the fear, a strange calm settled over some places. Scientists and engineers, the thinkers and planners of humanity, understood something others did not. Humanity had always faced challenges, natural disasters, wars, diseases, and survived. Perhaps this was only another challenge, another problem to solve. Dr. Amina Rao, a leading astrophysicist in India, stared at her monitor with steady hands. The alien fleet's trajectory was clear. "They are coming from beyond the Kuiper Belt," she said to her team. "Their speed is faster than anything we've seen, but there is something unusual." Her assistant, Leo Martinez, leaned closer. "Unusual how?" Amina pointed to the readings. "Their formation is too deliberate. They are not moving randomly. Each ship maintains perfect alignment, yet there are gaps, almost like they are observing us before deciding what to do next." In Europe, a similar scene unfolded. Dr. Klaus Reinhardt, a German engineer, analyzed the fleet's size. "If they attack as they approach, they could destroy our orbital satellites in hours. Entire communications grids could collapse." He frowned. "But if they mean to communicate, maybe we can respond." Across the Pacific, Commander Mei Ling Tan of the United Earth Defense Force issued orders. "All missile batteries, defensive fleets, and satellite arrays are on standby. Do not engage unless fired upon. Attempt communication first. Humanity is watching, and the galaxy is watching us. We cannot show weakness." Meanwhile, civilians around the globe tried to process the news. Streets were emptying. Airports became chaotic, and family members clung to each other. Children asked questions their parents could not answer. No one had ever seen anything like this. Then the sky changed. At dawn, the first massive ship entered the orbit near Mars. It was enormous, unlike any human spacecraft. Its surface shimmered with a strange metallic light, reflecting the sun like a jewel. Thousands of smaller ships followed, forming a pattern that stretched across millions of kilometers. It was a fleet designed for one purpose: power and intimidation. People watched in silence. The fleet moved gracefully, yet it was terrifying. From space observatories to amateur telescopes, the world could see it. Governments scrambled to make sense of the numbers. Tens of thousands of ships, each larger than Earth's largest aircraft carriers, with unknown weapon systems, unknown propulsion, unknown intentions. But humanity, as always, did not panic completely. In laboratories, on aircraft carriers, and in bunkers deep underground, people began planning. No army had ever faced such odds, but humans had one advantage the aliens might not expect: creativity, courage, and unity. In California, a group of engineers gathered in a secret facility. They were building small drones, simple yet clever, designed to infiltrate alien ships and gather intelligence. They had no idea if the drones would survive, but they knew humanity had to try. "We may not have their technology," said engineer Sarah Kim, "but we have our minds, and that can be stronger than any weapon." In Japan, scientists worked to modify satellites to act as decoys. They programmed them to mimic large fleets, sending false signals to the aliens. "If we can confuse them," said Dr. Hiro Tanaka, "even for a few hours, it might give our fleets a chance to strike strategically." Across the Atlantic, naval fleets were preparing in secret. Ships bristled with upgraded weaponry, retrofitted from existing technology. Pilots trained tirelessly in simulators. "We may be smaller, but we are clever," said Commander Victor Alvarez of the Atlantic Fleet. "The aliens may have size, but we have something they cannot predict: ingenuity." Meanwhile, the alien fleet continued its advance. Observers from the International Space Station reported that the ships seemed to communicate with each other in bursts of light, patterns too fast and complex for human eyes to follow. The world waited tense for the first sign of hostility, or the first greeting. Then strange phenomena began. Around the alien ships, sensors detected unusual energy fields. Communications with Earth's probes in the outer solar system started picking up unexpected signals. They were not hostile, not yet. Instead, they seemed curious, almost. Studying, Amina Rao's eyes widened. They are not attacking immediately. They are observing, waiting, perhaps trying to understand what humanity is capable of before making a move. This observation spread quickly. The world's fear did not disappear, but a cautious hope emerged. Humanity was not helpless. People began to work together like never before. Scientific teams collaborated across borders, sharing knowledge. Military forces coordinated in real time across continents. Civilian volunteers joined relief efforts and defense preparations. On the streets, ordinary citizens demonstrated courage in small ways. Drivers carried medical supplies to hospitals. Teachers organized children into safe zones. Engineers improvised defensive devices from everyday tools. Everywhere, humans refused to be paralyzed by fear. As night fell, the alien fleet had reached the orbit of Earth's moon. The planet below seemed tiny, fragile, yet full of life and energy. The ships paused, scanning, analyzing. Humanity waited, holding its collective breath. In a secret command bunker beneath New York, Commander Tan addressed his team. This is the moment humanity proves itself. The aliens have power, but we have creativity, courage, and unity. Every decision we make now counts. Remember, we are not alone in this fight. We are the sum of billions of hearts and minds. That is our strength. Outside, the world slept uneasily, unaware that in a few hours history would be written. The alien fleet hovered silently, massive and intimidating. Yet somewhere deep inside, the observers, hidden in their command ships, noticed something unexpected. Earth was alive in a way they did not understand. In laboratories, bunkers, and ships, humans were preparing. Algorithms calculated, drones were tested, and strategies were refined. Humanity's ingenuity and courage shone, even in the shadow of overwhelming power. And then, the first signal came, not from the aliens, but from Earth. Satellites emitted a burst of encrypted light patterns testing the alien sensors. Small drones launched from hidden facilities carrying cameras and recording devices. Fighter jets streaked across the sky, invisible to the naked eye, practicing maneuvers that the aliens could not predict. For the first time, the galaxy saw it. Humans were not helpless. They were not predictable, and they were about to show that even against a fleet that dwarfed their planet, humanity could rise to the occasion. Above Earth, the alien commanders exchanged strange signals. Something in the human response caught their attention. Unlike any species they had encountered, humans were creative, fast, and united. Perhaps they were not just another species to conquer. Perhaps they were something different, something dangerous in a way the galaxy had never seen. The first part of the battle, though unseen, had already begun. It was not a battle of weapons yet, but a battle of wits, courage, and spirit. And humanity, in its chaotic, brilliant, unpredictable way, was ready. The night sky sparkled with the approaching fleet, vast and threatening. But Earth was alive, united, and thinking. And in the silence before the storm, one thing was clear. The galaxy had never seen a species like humans before. The day after the alien fleet appeared near the moon, Earth was a planet transformed. Cities hummed with activity, but not with panic this time. This was organized action. Streets were filled with emergency crews, scientists, engineers, and volunteers, all working toward one goal, preparing humanity for what might come. In Washington, D.C., the United Earth Council gathered in an underground chamber beneath the Capitol. Leaders from every nation were present. Military commanders, scientists, and advisors crowded around holographic maps of the solar system, showing the alien fleet's positions, size, and potential paths. Admiral Helena Voss of the United Earth Defense Force pointed to the holographic fleet. We estimate tens of thousands of ships. They are massive, armed, and technologically advanced. Direct engagement would be suicide. But we have options: guerrilla tactics, drone warfare, and deception. A murmur ran through the room. Guerrilla tactics?
Drone warfare?
To ordinary people, it sounded desperate, but for those who understood strategy, it was the only hope. Dr. Amina Rao, now coordinating Earth's scientific efforts, stepped forward. Our satellites and probes have detected energy fluctuations around their ships. It seems they rely heavily on sensors and communication signals to coordinate. If we can disrupt those even temporarily, we can gain an advantage. Commander Mei Ling Tan nodded. We must combine our strengths. Military power alone will not win this. Humanity's ingenuity, our ability to adapt, is our greatest weapon. Meanwhile, in underground factories across the world, engineers worked at a pace humanity had never seen. They modified civilian drones, giving them cameras, sensors, and defensive tools. Ships in ports and naval bases were retrofitted with makeshift shields, weaponry, and long-range scanners. The goal was simple: survive, delay, and confuse the alien fleet. In California, a team of young engineers led by Sarah Kim tested small drones designed to infiltrate alien ships. The drones were tiny, agile, and nearly invisible to radar. They could enter alien vessels and record information. They may never return, Sarah warned, but if we learn even a fraction of their systems, we could save millions of lives. Her team worked without rest. They coded, calibrated, and simulated countless scenarios. Around them, the air was thick with tension and determination. Everyone knew that the fate of humanity rested on their creativity, not just on raw power. In Europe, Dr. Klaus Reinhardt and his team were working on another kind of weapon: signal jammers that could confuse the alien sensors. Using satellites, they created a network that could send false readings, making the alien fleet believe there were more ships, more defenses, and more threats than actually existed. If we can buy ourselves even a few hours of confusion, Klaus explained, it could make all the difference. Across Asia, engineers and programmers were creating predictive models of alien behavior. They studied the patterns, speed, and formation of the fleet. They noticed something unusual. The aliens were extremely organized, yet they hesitated before taking action. It was almost as if they were studying humanity, trying to understand us before attacking. The aliens may be strong, said Dr. Hiro Tanaka in Japan, but humans are unpredictable. That unpredictability is our advantage. We can change strategies faster than they can adapt. Meanwhile, civilians were not idle. Across the world, ordinary people contributed in extraordinary ways. Farmers delivered food to shelters. Mechanics repaired vehicles and machines. Teachers organized children into safe areas. Communities communicated through radios and networks, sharing plans, supplies, and support. Humanity was united not just by fear but by determination. In the skies above Earth, fighter pilots trained in new tactics. Traditional combat formations would not work against the alien fleet. Instead, pilots practiced high-speed maneuvers, sudden changes in direction, and coordination with drones. Every simulation, every exercise honed their skills for the inevitable encounter. In the oceans, naval fleets tested stealth tactics, using submarines to hide and small ships to create illusions. They studied the aliens' approach from every angle: orbital, atmospheric, and underwater. Nothing was overlooked. As the days passed, the aliens did not attack. They hovered near the moon, sending out small scouting ships, but no major strikes occurred. Humanity interpreted this in two ways. Either the aliens were cautious or they underestimated the planet below them. Both interpretations encouraged Earth's defenders. Dr. Amina Rao and her team continued to analyze alien signals. They discovered patterns in the light bursts and energy pulses emitted by the fleet. It's a language, she said. Not words, but information. They are sending messages to each other. If we can interpret even part of it, we can anticipate their actions. The team worked around the clock, decoding, translating, and predicting. Their progress was slow but steady. Every small discovery increased confidence. Humanity was learning, adapting, and preparing for something no one had ever faced. In orbit, Earth's satellites monitored the alien fleet constantly. Using the new jamming signals and predictive models, they created illusions of false fleets, fake orbital structures, and phantom energy signatures. The aliens reacted in minor ways, confirming that the humans' tactics were effective. On Earth, the people watched the sky nervously. Even without understanding the full scale of the preparations, they felt the weight of the moment. News reports showed scientists, engineers, pilots, and soldiers working together. People in every city contributed, knowing that survival required everyone's effort. In South America, engineers used volcanic minerals to enhance their shields. In Africa, teams modified solar arrays to generate extra energy for emergency systems. Every corner of the planet contributed in some way. Humanity's response was global, coordinated, and unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Meanwhile, the alien scouts began reporting anomalies to the command ships. Sensors detected strange patterns of activity on Earth. They could not predict the humans' movements, tactics, or improvisations. Something about the species was unusual, Commander Mei Ling Tan addressed her officers. They are observing us, yes, but we are not waiting for them to make the first move. We are preparing, adapting, and learning. That is our strength. When the time comes, humanity will act together, not as individuals but as one planet. As night fell over the world, a quiet confidence grew among Earth's defenders. They knew the fleet was powerful, but humans were resourceful. They could not match the aliens in raw strength, but they could outthink, outmaneuver, and outlast them. In the Pacific, a group of drone engineers launched a test mission. Tiny drones zipped toward the alien scouts, avoiding detection with clever programming and precise movements. Cameras transmitted live images back to Earth, showing the alien ships in stunning detail. The fleet was immense, but vulnerable in ways humans could exploit. In Europe, signal jammers successfully confused alien communication systems for several minutes. The aliens responded with rapid adjustments, but the humans had already learned from each move. Every experiment, every test, made them stronger, smarter, and more prepared. Across Earth, children slept safely in shelters, unaware that their parents, teachers, and neighbors were creating the tools, plans, and courage that might save the planet. Yet even they felt the excitement of unity and hope. Humanity was proving that it could stand together no matter the odds. Then a global broadcast interrupted all networks. Commander Tan appeared on every screen, every phone, every device. Her voice was calm, firm, and inspiring. "Citizens of Earth," she said, "we face a challenge unlike any before. A fleet has arrived, vast and powerful, but we are not helpless. We are humans. We are clever, brave, and united. Every one of us has a role to play. Together, we will meet this threat with courage, ingenuity, and determination. The galaxy is watching. Let us show them what humanity is capable of." Across the world, millions of people felt a surge of pride and determination. For the first time, fear was balanced with hope. Humanity was preparing, not just to survive, but to show that even against overwhelming power, they could stand strong. In orbit, the alien fleet continued to watch. Their commanders transmitted signals rapidly, analyzing the unexpected patterns below. Humans were not predictable. They were clever, fast, and coordinated in ways the aliens could not understand. Something was stirring among them, a spark of resistance that the galaxy had rarely seen, and Earth continued to prepare. Engineers, pilots, scientists, soldiers, and civilians worked day and night. Drones, satellites, ships, and weapons were readied. Every test, every calculation, every innovation brought humanity closer to readiness. In secret bunkers, laboratories, and control rooms, a quiet understanding spread. The aliens may be powerful, but humanity had something they did not expect: creativity, courage, and unity. The fleet above was immense and threatening, yet Earth was alive, alert, and ready. The first contact was inevitable. But when it came, the galaxy would see something it had never seen before. Humans, united and prepared, standing tall against a force that seemed unstoppable. For the first time, the alien commanders hesitated. The species below them was not simple, not weak, and not predictable. Humanity was learning, adapting, and preparing. And in doing so, they had already begun to terrify the galaxy, not with weapons, but with courage, ingenuity, and the unbreakable human spirit. Near Earth's orbit for days, but now, one of the vessels suddenly altered its path, moving closer to the planet. It did not fire weapons, but the presence alone sent shockwaves through Earth's defenses. Commander Mei Ling Tan stood in the control room of the United Earth Defense Force headquarters, her eyes scanning the live feeds. "All units remain calm," she instructed. "This is our moment to observe, learn, and prepare. Do not engage unless necessary. Humanity's strength is in our intelligence and coordination, not brute force." On the ground, millions watched the night sky as a bright shape approached. Unlike any star or planet, it moved with intention. Satellites captured its size and structure, It was sleek, metallic, and lit by subtle pulses of energy. The ship was smaller than the massive fleet above, but its technology radiated power. In Europe, Dr. Klaus Reinhardt's team monitored the ship's signals. "It's scanning Earth," he explained. "We can see its energy pulses interacting with our satellites. It's gathering information, trying to understand us. Every calculation we've made so far, it's testing our predictions." Dr. Amina Rao leaned over the console, analyzing the alien transmissions. "They are sophisticated, yes," she said, "but they cannot anticipate creativity. We have unpredictability on our side. This ship is their first contact. Let's make it memorable." On the oceans, Commander Victor Alvarez directed fleets to position themselves strategically. Small ships moved in ways designed to appear random, while submarines hid beneath the waves, waiting. "If they act aggressively," he said, "we will respond in ways they do not expect. We will fight smart, not hard." As the alien scout drew closer, humanity activated its first major strategy. Drones launched from multiple continents, zipping into orbit with precise timing. Each drone carried cameras, sensors, and signal jammers. They spread out like a swarm of birds, confusing the alien ship's sensors and creating multiple false images of Earth's defenses. The aliens reacted quickly. Their ship emitted beams of light to scan the drones. The energy pulses struck some drones, but others avoided detection, feeding live data back to Earth's command centers. It was the first true test of human ingenuity against alien technology. In space, fighter pilots flew carefully coordinated maneuvers around the scout ship. The pilots were small in number but trained for this moment for weeks. Jets moved in unpredictable patterns, using decoys and signals to confuse the alien vessel. From Earth's perspective, it was a ballet of machines, skill, and precise timing. The alien ship fired a warning pulse, a burst of energy designed to disable satellites and drones. Several drones fell, their cameras going dark, but the humans had expected losses. Each failure taught the next wave what to do differently. Every mistake became knowledge, every success a step forward. On the ground, civilians watched the skies, holding their breath. "Are they going to attack?" children asked. Parents held them close, unsure how to answer. Yet even in fear, a sense of pride grew. Humanity was showing the galaxy that they could act with strategy, courage, and intelligence, even against a superior force. In Japan, Dr. Hiro Tanaka's team sent complex signals to the scout ship, mimicking the patterns of Earth's defenses and creating illusions of larger fleets. The alien ship paused scanning, and then sent a burst of energy to counter the signals. But the humans had predicted this. Within minutes, the signals adapted, creating a loop of misdirection. The scout ship seemed frustrated. Commander Tan smiled slightly. "They are learning what we are capable of," she said, "and they are not happy about it." Meanwhile, the alien scout attempted a closer approach. Its goal was to gather more precise data on Earth's defenses, but the humans had anticipated it. Satellites deployed nets of signal interference. Drones launched coordinated attacks, and fighter pilots forced the ship to change course repeatedly. Each maneuver was designed to buy time, gather intelligence, and keep the aliens uncertain. Dr. Amina Rao observed the screen, excitement in her eyes. "They cannot predict us. Their calculations assume order, predictability. Humanity is neither. Every move we make is unique, every tactic unexpected. This is our advantage." For hours, the dance continued. Drones moved in swarms, fighter jets darted across the sky, and satellites created illusions of massive fleets. The alien scout attempted to analyze, attack, and adjust. But each response only revealed more about its technology, which humans studied carefully. In Europe, Dr. Klaus Reinhardt whispered to his team, "We are learning faster than they are. Every pulse, every energy wave, we understand more about them than they understand about us." On the seas, submarines shadowed alien signals, recording patterns of movement and energy. Engineers back on land interpreted the data, creating new strategies. Humans were not simply defending, they were learning, adapting, and preparing to strike intelligently. As night fell over Earth, the scout ship paused in orbit near the moon. For the first time, it seemed cautious, almost hesitant. The humans had succeeded in doing something remarkable. They had created uncertainty in a species that relied on order and coordination. Commander Tan addressed her team. "This encounter proves what we have suspected all along. Humanity is unpredictable. We are clever, adaptable, and courageous. They cannot anticipate our actions. That is the key to survival and to victory. In the skies above Earth, the alien fleet continued to watch. Their larger ships had noticed the scouts' struggle. Signals transmitted rapidly, as if the commanders were discussing what to do next. Humans observing these signals realized they were gaining an advantage not through weapons, but through strategy, creativity, and courage. Dr. Amina Rao smiled at the data. "We have their attention," she said. "And for now, that is enough. We are ready to continue, to prepare for the fleet itself. The first contact has shown us our strengths, and theirs." On the streets of every continent, people felt a sense of cautious hope. Humanity had faced the impossible before: natural disasters, wars, plagues. And yet every time they had found a way to survive. Now, against a fleet from the stars, they were proving that same courage, ingenuity, and determination on a scale the galaxy had never seen. The scout ship, frustrated and cautious, finally retreated slightly, sending signals back to the larger fleet. The humans monitored the transmissions carefully, decoding patterns and learning from every pulse. Every observation added to humanity's understanding of alien technology, strategy, and behavior. Commander Victor Alvarez on the Atlantic Fleet observed the retreating scout. "They may be strong," he said, "but they are not perfect. And neither are we. That imperfection, it is our advantage." In California, Sarah Kim and her drone team prepared the next wave of unmanned missions. Each drone was more sophisticated than the last, each maneuver carefully calculated. They were small, fast, and unpredictable, perfect for gathering intelligence without being destroyed. Dr. Hiro Tanaka in Japan coordinated a global network of satellites, drones, and communication arrays. "This is only the beginning," he said. "We have learned much today. Tomorrow we will be stronger. Every move we make teaches us and them. We will continue to adapt." Humanity had learned something profound in this first encounter. The alien fleet, massive and powerful, was not invincible. They had strengths, yes, but weaknesses too. They could be confused, misled, and outsmarted. And humans had something they did not expect: courage, creativity, and unity. As the night deepened, Commander Mei Ling Tan addressed her team one final time. "Today we survived. Not because of weapons, not because of size, not because of brute force, but because we acted as humans should, with intelligence, courage, and unity. This is the beginning of our story. The fleet will return, but so will we, stronger, wiser, and ready." Above Earth, the stars seemed to shine a little brighter. The alien fleet had witnessed something it did not anticipate: a planet alive with clever, brave, and united inhabitants. Something had been set in motion, something that would terrify the galaxy in the days to come. And on Earth, humanity prepared for what was next, knowing that the encounter had already revealed a truth. They were not just survivors. They were fighters, thinkers, and pioneers. The galaxy would soon learn the same lesson. The alien fleet had hovered near the moon for days, observing, analyzing, and preparing for what it assumed would be an easy conquest. But humanity was not idle. Every encounter, every test, and every observation had taught humans more about their alien visitors than the aliens realized. Now, it was time to act. Commander Mei Ling Tan stood before a global council of military leaders, scientists, and strategists. Holographic images of the alien ships rotated in the air above the table. "We know their patterns now," she said, her voice calm but commanding. "They are organized, yes, but predictable in ways we can exploit. Today we strike, not blindly, but with intelligence, precision, and unity." Dr. Amina Rao added, "Their energy shields are powerful, but they rely on constant communication between command ships. If we can disrupt that network even briefly, it will create openings. Combined with tactical maneuvers from our fleets, we can force them to retreat, or at least delay them significantly." Across the oceans, naval fleets prepared for coordinated attacks. Submarines were deployed to hidden positions. Equipped with stealth drones and electronic jammers, fighter jets lined the skies, engines roaring as they waited for precise instructions. Satellites formed a complex web of surveillance and decoys, ready to confuse the alien sensors. Every element of Earth's defense was aligned for one purpose: to turn the tide. On land, engineers and technicians worked feverishly. Drone swarms were calibrated, energy shields reinforced, and communication lines tested. Civilian volunteers joined in, handling logistics, repairing equipment, and supplying essentials to military bases. Humanity's response was total. Every skill, every mind, every resource contributed to a single goal. Then, it began. A series of small but precise attacks marked humanity's first strike. Drones darted toward the alien fleet, swarming around command ships, recording their movements and interfering with communication signals. Signals bounced between satellites and drones, creating false images of Earth's defenses. The alien ships responded, emitting bursts of energy to scan and defend. But the humans had anticipated this. Each burst revealed more about the aliens' technology and weaknesses. In orbit, fighter pilots executed daring maneuvers. Jets darted between debris fields, around moons, and near orbital stations. They were fast, unpredictable, and coordinated with drones in ways the aliens could not understand. Every attack, every retreat was calculated to confuse the enemy, forcing them to expend energy and misread Earth's strength. Below, humanity watched the first signs of success. Televised feeds showed alien ships struggling to maintain formation. Energy pulses misfired, shields flickered, and communication beams scrambled against Earth's jamming network. Scientists and commanders realized something extraordinary. Humans were outsmarting the fleet, not through force, but through intelligence, strategy, and creativity. Dr. Hiro Tanaka, monitoring satellite signals in Japan, exclaimed, "They are overcompensating. Every move we predicted is working. Humanity is forcing them to react, and that is the first step toward victory." On the seas, submarines launched stealth drones that infiltrated the lower levels of alien ships. Small explosions, carefully timed, disabled sensor arrays and disrupted propulsion systems. The aliens, unused to such unconventional tactics, were forced to pause and adjust. Commander Victor Alvarez reported from his flagship, "They are strong, yes, but their coordination is breaking. They are not used to an opponent that thinks differently, that adapts quickly. Every small victory we gain now makes the next move easier." In Europe, engineers worked on energy pulse disruptors, machines that could temporarily disable alien shields. These were risky to deploy, but the calculations were precise. When activated, several disruptors struck the fleet simultaneously, causing brief but critical gaps in the alien defense network. Humanity's forces moved through these gaps like water flowing through cracks in stone. The alien commanders transmitted signals frantically, trying to reorganize their ships. But humans anticipated this, creating further confusion with drones, decoys, and false signals. The fleet was powerful, yes, but it was now reacting to humans, not the other way around. On Earth, civilians cheered cautiously. Social media and news networks broadcast live updates of the battle, showing the ingenuity and bravery of their pilots, engineers, and soldiers. People across the globe realized that humanity was not just surviving, it was fighting back smartly and bravely. In orbit, the aliens made a decisive move. A massive wave of ships attempted to encircle Earth, relying on their sheer size and firepower. But humans had anticipated it. Satellites created phantom ships, drones swarmed in unpredictable patterns, and fighter jets struck in precise coordination. Energy disruptors disabled key shield nodes. Command ships were forced to alter course repeatedly, creating confusion throughout the fleet. Dr. Amina Rao's calculations proved crucial. She had predicted that targeting the fleet's energy nodes in a specific sequence would create a cascading effect, weakening their shields for a short but critical period. That period was all humanity needed to strike where it mattered most. Fighter jets and drone swarms moved in perfect coordination, exploiting the brief openings. Submarines launched stealth attacks from below, striking vital components of alien command ships. The combined assault forced the fleet to scatter temporarily, creating gaps and vulnerabilities the humans continued to exploit. In the skies, a pilot named Lieutenant Arjun Patel maneuvered his jet through a narrow corridor between two massive alien vessels. He released drones that attached to the ship's hulls, gathering data and causing small but effective disruptions. "This is insane," he thought, adrenaline coursing through his veins. But it's working. "We're winning." The alien fleet was forced to adapt, but every adjustment was met with further ingenuity from humans. Energy pulses that once had no effect on Earth's defenses were now neutralized. Every attack was predicted, countered, or misdirected. The aliens had underestimated humanity's ability to learn and adapt under pressure. As the battle continued, Earth's forces began to push the aliens back. Key command ships, previously untouchable, were damaged and forced to retreat. Communication lines among the alien vessels faltered, creating temporary chaos in their ranks. Humans had turned the tide not through overwhelming firepower, but through strategy, intelligence, and bravery. On the moon, satellites observed the retreating ships. Scientists analyzed the data in real time, calculating the aliens' next possible moves. Every small victory was logged, studied, and used to refine humanity's tactics. The planet had become a single coordinated entity, united against the fleet. Commander Mei Ling Tan addressed her team over the global network. This is the moment we've been preparing for. The aliens have strength, but they cannot match our creativity, courage, or unity. Keep pushing, adapt, learn. Every move we make today will be remembered in the stars. In hidden facilities around the world, engineers prepared the next wave of attacks. New drones, decoys, and disruptors were ready to deploy. Humanity had proven that even against overwhelming odds, it could act strategically, turning fear into action and intelligence into victory. Meanwhile, the aliens began to reconsider their assumptions. They had encountered species before, advanced civilizations with technology far superior to humans, but never one that could adapt so quickly, that could turn mistakes into opportunities, and that displayed such unwavering courage. Dr. Klaus Reinhardt watched the alien signals with fascination. "They are terrified," he said quietly. "Not in the way we fear, but in the way they realize they have underestimated us. Humanity is remarkable." The skies above Earth became a stage for ingenuity and courage. Jets darted, drones swarmed, and disruptors fired in a coordinated ballet of strategy and skill. The alien fleet, vast and powerful, could not anticipate every move. Humanity's unpredictability, combined with its unity, was a weapon the aliens had not accounted for. As night fell across the planet, the alien fleet began to withdraw temporarily, regrouping and assessing the unexpected resistance. Humans, meanwhile, celebrated cautiously. They had turned the tide, but the battle was far from over. Every pilot, engineer, and scientist knew that the aliens would return, stronger and wiser. Commander Tan addressed the global network once more. "Today we proved what humanity can do. We fought smart, adapted quickly, and showed courage under pressure. The galaxy may have doubted us, but we have shown that humans are unpredictable, resourceful, and united. Remember, this is only the beginning. We will be ready for what comes next." Dr. Amina Rao smiled as she reviewed the data. "The aliens will remember this day," she said. "They will know that Earth is not an easy target, and that humanity is unlike any species they have encountered. We have sent a message. Without a single direct conquest, without destroying their fleet entirely, we have shown our strength." In cities across the world, people reflected on the day's events. Children asked questions. Parents answered with pride. Scientists and engineers reviewed their work, knowing it had made a difference. Humanity had faced the unimaginable, and it had succeeded through intelligence, courage, and unity. Above Earth, the stars seemed to shine brighter. The alien fleet, temporarily pushed back, was forced to reconsider its approach. Just survivors, they were fighters, thin. The alien fleet had retreated for now, but Earth did not relax. Commander Mei Ling Tan knew the aliens would return, stronger and more cautious. Humanity had gained the upper hand through intelligence, courage, and unity, but the real test was yet to come. The galaxy was watching, and every move mattered. In New York, the Global Command Center buzzed with activity. Scientists, engineers, pilots, and strategists worked side by side, analyzing data collected from the previous encounters. Satellites streamed live images, drones reported back from orbit, and communications channels connected continents in real time. Humanity had become a single coordinated organism. Dr. Amina Rao studied the latest data from the alien fleet. "They've suffered unexpected losses and disruptions," she said. "Their command ships have been damaged, and their communication lines weakened. But they are learning, adapting. The next encounter will be more dangerous. We must be ready," Commander Tan nodded. "We will be ready. Humanity has already shown what we are capable of. Now we must turn our defense into a strategy that guarantees the galaxy sees our strength." Across the world, engineers continued to enhance drones, satellites, and weapon systems. New decoys were deployed, energy shields strengthened, and predictive models refined. Every innovation, every test was designed to ensure that humans would not just survive, but thrive against a technologically superior force. In Europe, Dr. Klaus Reinhardt monitored alien signals with keen interest. "They are trying to analyze us again," he explained to his team. "But every move we've made has shown them that humans are not predictable. They can calculate patterns, but they cannot calculate creativity. That is our greatest weapon." Meanwhile, civilians continued to contribute in small but essential ways. Volunteers transported supplies, repaired equipment, and supported local defense networks. Humanity had discovered a new sense of purpose, unity in the face of danger. Across continents, people were no longer passive observers. They were part of the defense, part of the story. The alien fleet returned at dawn, vast and menacing, stretching across the heavens. Command ships glowed with energy, signaling readiness for an all-out assault. But Earth was ready. The first wave of human defenses launched with precise timing. Drones swarmed into orbit, creating false fleets, intercepting energy pulses and gathering real-time intelligence. Satellites projected phantom ships across the sky, confusing the alien sensors. Fighter jets streaked through the atmosphere, performing high-speed maneuvers and coordinated attacks. Submarines launched stealth drones from the oceans, striking critical points on alien vessels. Every element of Earth's defense was synchronized, precise, and unpredictable. The aliens fired their first volleys of energy. Beams streaked across space, aiming for Earth's orbital stations. But humans anticipated the attacks. Drones intercepted some, satellites deflected others, and fighter jets disrupted the targeting systems. The alien fleet's first strike was partially successful, but nowhere near decisive. Commander Tan's voice echoed through the global network. "Hold positions. Execute protocols. Humanity is stronger than you expected. Every move counts. Remember, we fight not just with weapons, but with courage, intelligence, and unity." In orbit, Lieutenant Arjun Patel led a squadron of fighter jets on a daring maneuver. They zipped between alien ships, releasing drones that attached to hulls and collected vital data. The enemy responded, attempting to destroy them with energy pulses. But the humans had calculated every possibility. Every evasive maneuver, every countermeasure kept the jets alive and effective. On the ground, engineers activated energy disruptors, targeting alien command ships in sequence. A ripple effect spread through the fleet. Shields flickered and failed in critical points. Communication lines faltered. The aliens were forced to react, and every reaction revealed more about their technology and strategies. Dr. Hiro Tanaka monitored the signals in Japan. "This is it," he said quietly. "Every tactic we planned, every calculation we made is working. The aliens cannot keep up. Humanity is overwhelming them, not with size but with ingenuity and courage." The battle escalated into a breathtaking display of skill and strategy. Fighter jets darted between massive ships, drones swarmed like clouds, and energy disruptors struck at key points. The alien fleet, though technologically superior, struggled to maintain order. Humans exploited every weakness, adapted to every move, and pressed the advantage relentlessly. In Europe, Dr. Klaus Reinhardt observed the chaos with awe. "They are terrified," he said, "not in fear of humans as individuals, but in realization that we cannot be underestimated. They cannot predict us, and that unpredictability is driving them into mistakes. Humanity is extraordinary." The alien fleet attempted to regroup, sending waves of smaller ships to flank Earth's defenses. But humans anticipated it. Satellites projected phantom fleets in multiple directions. Drones swarmed, intercepting attacks. Fighter jets maneuvered unpredictably, striking flanks while avoiding direct engagement. Every alien tactic was met with human strategy, adaptability, and intelligence. On the oceans, submarines launched coordinated attacks, targeting energy nodes on alien ships. Explosions rocked sections of the fleet, and vital systems were temporarily disabled. The aliens struggled to maintain formation. They had underestimated the ingenuity, coordination, and courage of a species they thought would be easy to conquer. Above the planet, Commander Tan watched the unfolding battle. Humanity was no longer just surviving. They were dominating in ways the galaxy would remember. Every pilot, every drone, every engineer had contributed to this moment. Humans were proving that intelligence, creativity, and unity were weapons stronger than brute force. The alien fleet, massive and intimidating, began to retreat once more. Command ships were damaged, energy lines disrupted, and smaller vessels scattered. Humanity's counterattack had succeeded not because of overwhelming firepower, but because of adaptability, courage, and strategic brilliance. Dr. Amina Rao reviewed the data, a smile on her face. "We have sent a message to the galaxy," she said. "Earth is not weak. Humanity is not to be underestimated. Every civilization observing us now knows that humans are intelligent, adaptable, and fearless." In cities across the planet, people celebrated cautiously. Children cheered, families hugged, and communities felt pride like never before. Humanity had faced the impossible and shown the galaxy that they were more than survivors. They were fighters, thinkers, and innovators. Commander Victor Alvarez addressed his fleet. "Today, we did not just defend our planet. We showed the universe that humanity is strong, clever, and united. The fleet may return, but the galaxy now knows Earth will not surrender. Humanity will stand, fight, and prevail." In orbit, Lieutenant Patel watched the retreating alien ships. He felt a mixture of relief and awe. The fleet had underestimated humans, and the consequences would be felt far beyond the solar system. Humanity's actions had sent a message, one that would ripple through the galaxy for generations. Meanwhile, the alien commanders transmitted signals back to their home systems. They discussed Earth in cautious, almost fearful terms. A species that could think, adapt, and act with unity against overwhelming odds was not easily conquered. The galaxy's perception of humans was changing rapidly. Dr. Hiro Tanaka reflected on the events. "We did not just fight for survival," he said. "We fought to prove that humans are exceptional. We demonstrated that courage, intelligence, and creativity can overcome even the greatest challenges. That is a lesson the galaxy will remember." As the sun rose over Earth, the planet felt alive with achievement. Humanity had turned fear into action, uncertainty into strategy, and weakness into strength. Every person had played a role: engineers, pilots, scientists, volunteers, and citizens alike. Together they had achieved something extraordinary. Commander Tan addressed the world once more, her voice calm, proud, and unwavering. "Today we proved what it means to be human. We faced a force greater than anything we had ever known, and we did not falter. The galaxy has witnessed our courage, our intelligence, and our unity. Humanity is alive, strong, and prepared. Let this be known across the stars. Earth will not be conquered. Humans are a force to be respected, feared, and admired." And so Earth celebrated cautiously, aware that the war was not over, but confident in their abilities. Humanity had shown that size, power, or technology alone did not define strength. Intelligence, courage, creativity, and unity did. In the quiet of orbit, the alien fleet moved away, still assessing, still cautious. They had encountered a species unlike any they had seen before: humans. One planet, one species, had defied expectations and demonstrated that the galaxy should take notice. Across Earth, people slept under the stars, dreaming of a future where humans could not only survive but thrive. The planet had faced its greatest challenge, and in doing so, had become a symbol of resilience, ingenuity, and courage. Humanity had earned its place in the galaxy, not through fear, but through action, strategy, and heart. And somewhere in the vastness of space, civilizations across the stars whispered the same message to one another: "Beware the humans. They are clever, united, and unstoppable when they choose to be." The galaxy has been warned. The lesson was clear. Humanity had faced the impossible, turned the tide, and left the galaxy ember this day forever.